The South Sudanese Civil War started in December 2013 after fallout between President Salva Kiir and Vice President Riek Machar, which caused Machar to resign and lead rebel forces against Kiir's government. A peace agreement was achieved in early 2016, but the conflict erupted again in July that year. Since then, the international community has tried to foster a peace agreement, but discussions broke down several times. The people have spoken to has lost hope and do not trust the current leaders to come to any lasting peace agreement. They hope that new leaders will arise and that they will be able to rise above the current tribal divisions to focus on unity and collaboration. According to the United Nations, there are currently more than 2 million South Sudanese refugees and more than 1 million of them are living in Uganda. Aaron Wasile visited the refugee camps in Uganda to see for himself what the situation was like. He compiled a full assessment report and he highlighted the following need expressed by South Sudanese pastors now living in the refugee camp in Uganda. The first challenge we face here as pastors is not knowing how to counsel the traumatized people while we are also traumatized. We need special training as leaders on counseling. In response to this request, In Context launched Project Restoration to provide trauma counseling and trauma counseling training to South Sudanese refugees. The project aimed to provide trauma counseling for the refugees' pastors whilst training them to do trauma counseling with their congregation members.
Thank you for your willingness to share. Just introduce yourself to us, who you are, and then we will continue.
My name is Christine Pony. I stay within Rhino Camp, and the name of the village of the camp that we're staying in is called the Luruja of Wasiri.
Christine, originally from South Sudan. From where are you?
I am from Yei, Central Equatorial State.
Okay. And how long have you been in the camp now?
I've been in the camp for like 2 years because we came here in September 2016. That's when we came here.
Christine, you have 2 years in the camp. Do you want to share a little bit the challenges, especially you as a woman and other women facing every day living in the camp? What are the challenges and what make it very hard and difficult for you?
It is really very difficult to stay in the camp as a woman because most of the women, they came without their husbands, and most of the people also, like me personally, I lost my parents sometimes back, and I came alone and I've been staying here alone, and it is really very hard when you don't have cash or you don't have any way of getting job. It really becomes very hard in terms of getting food for yourself. Though they are giving food by UNHCR, but still that food, they are only giving oil, beans, and maize, which does not help. You need to change the food, and it is very hard really to get money to change the food. And secondly, the other challenges that we are facing is when you want to build for yourself house, it becomes very hard for a woman to do that by herself because everything here needs money, and if you don't struggle to construct for yourself, it becomes very hard. You can find up to now, it is now 2 years, but there are some women who are sleeping under carpet because they don't have anything to help with themselves. And also things like building latrines or constructing latrines, it becomes very hard because as a woman you cannot do it. We believe that women do not have enough energy or power to do that because once they do it, they will just get tired and they may fall sick even. It will affect their bodies negatively. So it is really not easy. And the ways of getting money here in the camp, for those who are educated, it is very hard. And for those who are not educated, it is really a biggest challenge for them. Better those who are educated. But for those who are not educated, it is really hard because they don't have any way of getting money. The nationals are even coming to us, asking for casual works from us, the refugees. So it is really hard, very hard.
Yeah, I can hear it's very hard. Thank you. Thank you for sharing.
During 2018, as we moved into the refugee camp as facilitators, and we lived amongst the refugee camps in Ufua Section 3 in the Rhino refugee camp, we ate the same food as the refugees, and they put us up in one of the local churches where we did most of our training. This year we will return to the refugee camp. We will again stay amongst the refugees that will be trained, and we will continue with the training that we started last year, aiming to finalize the training of 10 facilitators in training to be full facilitators of the workshop that we have presented to them in the past 2 years.
Name and from where you are and where you stay now.
Yeah, thank you so much. In the first place, I thank God for this time and for you to come here. And by name, I'm called Wani Felix. I'm from South Sudan. So right now I'm in Uganda as a refugee in Ofua 3, Rhino Camp, Arua.
Thank you, Felix. Felix, we spent also some time on Matthew 18 and about leadership. How do you think this perspective on leadership changed you and maybe other leaders, and also the effect that it can have on your communities?
I really thank God with that scripture. We had been, not that the scripture is new to us, we have been reading the scripture, but we don't understand what the scripture is saying. But with all the demonstration, with all what you people, the way you taught it, we misunderstood what is leadership. We normally rise for positions and leaving what our call that God has called us really. We left it and we rise for position. And I got challenged the way we rise for positions and leaving our calling as a leader to us to be servants of God. I was really so much challenged, We just, like me, I'm saying, like, we have taken God's position and we have left our position. We have taken God's position. We become God sometimes.
Yeah.
Because we are happy of the titles that people gave us and we are happy of them. Yeah. But really, Matthew 18 changed my life.
Yeah.
That I need to humble myself. I need to step down, being as a leader. I need to step down from my comfort zone and do what the Lord said, the Bible said. I have to do exactly what God is saying in the Bible.
Yeah. Thank you, Felix. Thank you so much. We really love you, and thank you for welcoming us here at your church and in your community.
Thank you.
Thank you for willing to talk to us. Will you just introduce yourself, please, my brother?
Yes, I am called Israel, brother Israel. I am a South Sudanese.
And how long have you been here in the camp now, Israel?
Actually, we are now taking 2 years and some months. I came from September 28 that we were brought in the camp. We left the South Sudan in 2016 on 12th of September.
Okay.
So I have 2 years and some months.
Already 2 years. Israel, last year you attended a course concerning children and trauma and people and trauma. This year it's a follow-up training. Can you just give in a few sentences what did this training mean to you personally, for you yourself?
Actually, this training we conducted, we attended, it has brought help to my family and to my life, because I am a father of a children, and number one, I will say that this training have helped me discover a trauma on my child.
Yeah.
That I don't know that he was traumatized and he becomes stubborn.
Yeah.
So because of the training last year, when I came back home, I discover what was taught there is happening in my house.
Yes.
And I am able to draw the attention of my child, my second born, and to draw him to myself and to make him healed out of the trauma, and now he is healed. So it has benefited me, myself, and I know it has happened in the community, that I have helped a lot in the community. Today we have children ministry in the church. I am a leader, I am a pastor, yes. And it is helping my leaders and the Sunday school teachers to help the Sunday school in the church and discovering even the traumatized child.
Yeah.
So
thank you.
It has helped me a lot.